See how much red in here?
Thomas has got the first down. Oh, Thomas! He's going to go! Down the right sideline! Touchdown, Houston!
Listen, we're a sleeping giant, too.
Call them five slamma jamma.
And somebody record me. Where's Kris acting stupid? So I'm looking forward to all of that, too.
Don't sleep on Houston. Don't sleep on Houston.
Again.
Let's go!
Go Coogs! Let's go!
It's so good! The dream remains alive for the Houston Cougars!
Let's raise Coogs. Hey. Welcome into another edition of Let's Rage Coogs, presented by the Saxenian Family. Big thank you to Steve Saxenian for being the primary sponsor of this edition of Let's Rage Coogs. Thank you to today's secondary sponsors in Star Pizza Houston, BB's Tex Orleans, and the Pinto Leon Law Firm that is the sponsor of the comment section. We're coming off a big victory. There's only one way to describe it. Complete BTA of the Texas A&M Aggies in the NCAA Tournament second round. Your
and that's
Houston
belt
Cougars
to
came away.
ass, if you didn't know. Belt to
ass to the Aggies, as Houston came away with the 88-57 victory over the Aggies in the second round of the NCAA Tournament to advance to its seventh straight Sweet 16, going back to 2019. Where do we begin? It was just complete domination on the glass. And we talked about it in the group chat that we have. Early on, Texas A&M was hanging on. Give them credit. They started off 5 of 10 from behind the arc. And then after that, Houston just locked in. They missed a couple of shots. And once those shots started falling for Houston, they went on a 21-4 run to end the first half and really never looked back. Over 6 minutes of game time action that the Aggies were held scoreless. And now Houston is waiting for VCU in Illinois to see who they will play at the Toyota Center on Thursday in the Sweet 16.
Giovanni, thank you very much. Appreciate this as always. Thank you for the support. Andy kind of stole my thunder, but it's an obvious stat. The Aggies were at one point 5 for 10 from 3. They finished the game 6 for 24.
Jeez, so they went 1 for 14 after the end of the game, basically.
The game was over.
Goodness.
It was kind of like our group chat. I don't know who, Chris or Andy, someone said it. Once we started making shots, it was going to open up. That's exactly what happened.
But even early on, Houston was getting whatever shot. They were getting open looks. They were getting to the rim. They looked better in terms of just Houston's players were bigger than them. They were more dominant. To be honest, they were getting whatever they wanted. They just weren't hitting. And they were dominating them on the glass. And that was really never close, especially once Houston's shots started falling. They were clearly the better team. Clear-cut the better team on Saturday.
Most definitely. And the shots, the rebounding, the offensive boards returned for Houston in a big way today. So much so we touched on it a few shows ago in early editions of Let's Rage Cougs. Sometimes a missed shot is way better than a turnover. You just go get it, keep possession alive. And when the Houston did that today, you could see the Aggies getting frustrated. They got that bench technical. I forgot Coach Frank Hafer's on staff at the Aggies, but they were frustrated, begging for fouls called, all that kind of stuff, loose ball fouls, everything like that. So the old board was great. This was Houston Cougar basketball from last season.
Mm-hmm.
With a touch of more offensive versatility on this year's team.
Yeah. And we just played with such a great poise, I feel like, throughout the entire game. I mean, like we had an answer for everything. Chris Anak really, really dominated. I wish he could have got that double-double, one more rebound.
Or rebound short.
Rebound short. I wish he could have got that, but he played with so much poise, took the shots that was coming to him. And then Milos, I know he went 3 of 10 for 3. He played at a really good rhythm. Kingston and Manuel. I mean, this is back-to-back games where I can say I started 5, like we talked about in the last matchup. If they played really good games. And then Mercy came in and it just really looked really, really, really comfortable. Chase, before he got banged up, knocked down that 3, playing with the relentless energy that he plays with it. So I feel like we're just really coming into form right now. I mean, 2-0. 2-0, three and what, four more to go?
Yes,
Four
sir.
more to go.
Yes,
Speaking
sir.
of being informed, let's welcome in Mr. Fluff McKiver. Fluff, how are you doing on this Saturday evening, sir?
Man, we doing great, baby. We winning one game at a time. One game at a time. Mercy Miller is arriving. We was looking for our Malik this year, and I think we found him. I think we found him. I
And
think we
Mercy
found
Miller.
him. And I
Right.
think that's it. Mercy Miller looks real confident out there. I love the game sharp play. 2 for 8 from three, 6 for I think what is he like 5 for 11 from the field, something like that. What
Yeah,
was it?
18
Yep.
points,
Yep,
5
5
of
for 11.
11 from the field.
Y'all like
Shooting great
that?
from the
Y'all
three-point
don't
line.
want
If
to
he
admit it.
wasn't,
It's okay. I know we on air, but y'all like that. I don't have no papers. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I'm just saying, very efficient. Ooze was aggressive. I like the game that Kingston played 9
Mm-hmm.
5 4,
Mm-hmm.
but running the show,
Real floor
running the
general.
show. And, Tugler is Tugler. C-Nack, like you guys said, one off of the double double. And man, we ready. We ready for whoever. And like D said, we are forming into shape at the right time. And all four of us talked about this earlier in the year. Like, yo, if we're gonna take our bumps and bruises through the season, let's do that during the season.
Right.
But now we ready to roll, baby. I like how we looking.
Hold on, Fluff. You got to be in rare form. Mercy Miller arriving and thriving, baby.
I like that one. That's right. That's right.
Yes,
I like
sir.
how the commentators. I like it. We got to start playing them. It's all about. We know we need all the money. We need all the sponsors. They saying every time he
You know,
score now.
hey,
So
hey.
that's big time.
And it's great that Coach Sampson agreed to a set 8-man rotation. Guys know they're going to play consistent minutes. Know they're not going to be taken out after one mistake. So they're playing much more free, much more confident, and the best is yet to come. The business trip continues. Because that's what this is. This is a business trip.
Right.
Even if it's
on
the
that,
next two games are in Houston, this is a business trip.
you got to love the quote from Kelvin Sampson after the game. Our focus is on playing Houston Cougars basketball, not on where we are at the Toyota Center, especially after previous years, 3 years ago, the talk about, the Final Four, NRG Stadium, all the things. And this year they get a chance to play in front of a Houston crowd at the Toyota Center. Again, that'll be Thursday. They'll play the winner of VCU and Illinois. But in the meantime, let's see if we can. Chris, can you hear that in the studio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear what head coach Kelvin Sampson had to say following Houston's big win.
Everybody's got a style. We have a style. Texas A&M has a style. But it doesn't come down to what you're doing versus them. It's how you do what you do. We really focused on us in the scouting report more than anything else, and where I thought we could hurt them. And I thought our guys did a great job of attacking the rim. We didn't want to take as many threes today, although the ones we got were really good looks. We didn't do a very good job of making many of them, but getting the ball to the rim, and I thought if we get to the rim, we could get second and third shots. It's hard to offensive rebound long misses. If you're shooting tons of long threes, if you miss them, they're going to bounce out toward the free throw line. But if you can get the ball to the rim in the paint, even if you miss, you're in a great position to offensive rebound. And we've been one of the best offensive rebounding programs in the country for a lot of years. So how many offensive rebounds we had? We missed 38 shots and had 19 offensive rebounds. And it was spread around. I know Khalifa came off the bench and was effective. Our bench was good. Mercy was good. Chase was really good, and so was Khalifa. So proud of our discipline, proud of staying together, and giving us a chance to advance.
Thank you, Coach. We'll open it up for questions for our student athletes, starting with front row on the left here.
Laurent Perron, Coug Radio. Emmanuel, this was another collective win. You guys had 4 players in double figures and at least 5 players with 5 rebounds. When you look at the stat sheet and look back at this game, what's something that sticks out the most?
Spring, the unofficial new year for Tool.
So you cut there for a second. We'll get back to the comment from Emmanuel Sharp and players post game. But talking about the comments from Kelvin Sampson right there, going back to the statement that you made, Chris, about this is a business. It seems so far 2 games in, it's business trip for Houston and the way they're approaching these games. They have one goal in mind, and it's encouraging from the Houston perspective that they have really saved their 2 best performances, arguably their 2 best performances for the NCAA tournament.
And hopefully got 4 more coming. So, yeah, starting on Thursday, that is the plan, and this is what Emmanuel talked about and Coach Sampson has talked about, playing your best basketball at this time of the year. It is good to see. It is, I guess, a comfort to see. But one thing, Chase had 5 rebounds. Sacco had 6. Mercy had 3. That's your guys come off the bench.
Yep.
Yeah, rebounds. So, I mean, they did the job as well, keeping possessions alive. So different guys played their role, started their role, as Dayon is very great at saying. Aggies were the inferior opponent. After it was 25-24, the Cougars said, okay, that's enough. Now we're going to play Cougar basketball and win that big run, and the game was over.
And you know, the thing about it too is sometimes when you get a lead, you know, you start playing a little silly. We didn't do that tonight. You know what I mean? We stayed the course and we played Cougar basketball. We didn't start trying to highlight rail too much. We didn't do that. So that was a good sign of the focus we have on, you know, these next 4 games that we want to win. So that was good to see tonight too.
They're locked in, and 2 down. We're going to say 4 to go. They're going to say, got to get the next one. You know, and that's the mindset. It's great for them to have that mindset. We'll do the looking ahead to everything else.
Well, it's
Really
one
not
game to go, 4 for the show. Say that.
facts.
Yeah.
Then the next
Facts.
then the next one is one more game, 3 to go. Next game, 2 to go. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because
Facts.
that's part of your motivation is getting to that last game. Want to
We
get there.
really
And different result. Yes,
dominated on
sir.
the glass, man. I mean, 46 rebounds to their 29, 68 shot attempts to their 52. I mean, that's a huge advantage to get way more shot attempts. Coach Sampson talks about that a lot. And that was a big advantage for us, the way we dominated on the glass and really controlling the pace of the game. We talked about the pace of the game, how Texas A&M want to play and how we want to play. I feel like we controlled the pace of the game pretty much at every moment of the game.
Also, you know, I like what Coach said about, you know, getting to the rim and taking less threes. I
Right.
like that approach, meaning like, of course we're gonna take them when we're open, but we don't want to hunt for them. I think sometimes we hunt for them a little too much. And you know, I like what he said about getting to the rim, getting the ball on the rim, getting some high percentage shots because not only is it about the offensive end, but a lot of times when you take that shot in the paint, you give your defense a little more balance, knowing that you're driving instead of maybe step back threes, you know, things of
Hmm.
that nature. So I like what Coach said about that as far as taking the highest percentage attempt as much as possible.
Overall,
I
they
will.
took 31 threes, 37 twos, but nearly all the shots were good shots.
Yeah.
You know, it was good to see. I'm sure D was happy to see this when they threw the ball to Tugler a couple times and Kris flared over to him and JoJo hit Kris right there and had like a 12, 14-foot face-up shot. That's
Yep.
there. That shot is there a lot. That's a different
Yeah.
look for opponents to scout as well. So different tools have been exposed and shown in these first two games. You know, the opponent is not as great. That's fine, but that's why you do that BTA and move on to the next one.
We play what's
And
in front of us.
Yes.
I was also going to say, just what y'all mentioned before, after the first round game against Idaho, but Houston was not phased by for the full court pressure that Texas A&M tried to do, and they were trying to speed up the game, and I think that worked to Houston's advantage, to their favor. They love to go out and be in transition. I think it makes things 100 times easier for them because they're just reacting. They don't have to really think; they're just reacting whatever Texas A&M's defense was giving up. And on top of that, Houston was just size wise, they were it. I was not surprised, but it was just so obvious how much more physically bigger they were than Texas A&M. Even when it was a close game, I was just it was inevitable. I just knew that Texas A&M had no chance, which is a feeling from a Houston perspective that you don't get to say very often. Texas A&M had no chance in this game.
And not just the size, the athleticism. The Cougs are definitely just quicker all over court at every position. They had an advantage in terms of quickness, and they showed, and they didn't mess around. You know, the Aggies were in the game early because they made 5 threes, and the Cougs were missing shots but crashing the boards. But once the Cougs, I think it was Andy, said it, start making shots, this game wasn't going to be close, and it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I
And a
mean,
big run
another
in
thing
the
about
first
the
half.
press, I know what you're saying about transition, Andy, but sometimes when a team is pressing you, they end up exerting more energy if you're patient in the press. So a lot of times we were just making the pass. We might not even shoot it like immediately, and then catch it on the back end. You know, so
That's a great point. Let's take a quick pause there for a second to first thank everybody that's joining us on this Saturday evening now on this edition of Let's Rage Coogs, following Houston's 88-57 victory over Texas A&M in the second round of the NCAA Tournament. This is Let's Rage Coogs presented by the Saxenian Family. Big thank you to Steve Saxenian for being the primary sponsor of this edition of Let's Rage Coogs. Big thank you to today's secondary sponsors in Star Pizza Houston. With multiple locations throughout the Houston area, Star Pizza is your go-to stop before or after the game. Be sure to visit them online at starpizza.net, Star Pizza HOU on X, Star Pizza Houston, Texas on Instagram. And also a big shout out to BB's Tex Orleans for being a additional secondary sponsor on this episode of Let's Rage Coogs. BB's Tex Orleans is a Houston-born Cajun seafood restaurant serving bold Louisiana flavors with a Texas twist. Check them out online at bbstexorleans.com to see their menu at the variety of different locations throughout the Houston area. And also big thank you to the Pinto Law Firm for being the sponsor of today's comment section. The Pinto Law Firm are your immigration law experts. Talking about this game again, well, first, let's hit on the player of the game, also presented by BB's Tex Orleans. I think you could make the argument, but we're going to go with, let's see here, Kris Gardner, who, like y'all said, was 1 rebound shy of a double-double, and his play has really elevated the last few games. And honestly, the only negative about how well he's playing is that it's becoming less and less likely that he's going to come back for a second year. And it's becoming more and more locked in. Not that it was any really, I don't know how much of a debate it was, but he is much more becoming a lock for the NBA draft after this run. But he finished with 17 points, 9 rebounds in this game for Houston after the 18 rebound performance he had in the first round of the NCAA tournament. So he gets a nod for the BB's player of the game, Kris Gardner, once again for his performance against the Texas A&M Aggies.
definitely turning it up a notch.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely turning it up a notch for sure.
Definitely turning up a notch. I think that's another conversation for another day if he decides to go out or not, because you also have to take into account to all the players who are in the draft and how they're playing and their stock as well. But I definitely think with his consistent and upping his play like he's doing, he's raising his stock. So kudos to him. I think he held himself accountable after that Kansas game, and seeing him not only talk the talk but walk the walk and back those up and actually play better in crunch time and in tournament time.
I'm looking at the Texas Gonzaga score now, 69-68 Longhorns.
I'm
Let's
watching
go.
it.
Yeah, I'm
I'm,
watching
I'm,
it too.
I'm not watching it, Les Rays, but I can glance
You're
it.
keeping an eye on it.
I can see it.
Go
Keeping that
Zags!
little eye, this little left eye over here. I can see it.
Former Houston Cougar Tremont Mark has really led the Longhorns in
Let's go
this
see
NCAA
Mark.
tournament run. On that note, let's try this again. Let me hit this real quick, and then let's hear what Emmanuel Sharp and the other student athletes they had up there, along with Kelvin Sams, had to say following Houston's big win over Texas A&M. They're on to their 7th straight Sweet 16 appearance.
We had 19 offensive rebounds.
Amen.
I feel like when we're getting close to 50% of our misses, it shows that we're playing hard as a whole. 7 turnovers. They're a heavy pressure team, and our coaching staff did a great job with the scout, and our white team did a great job of simulating their pressing and getting us ready for this game. We only had 7 turnovers. I feel like that's the game right there. Since their game is built on turnovers. We didn't shoot it well from the field, but we're still able to score and generate buckets, which is hard playing basketball.
Other questions for our student athletes? Here on the left.
For Emmanuel, Alex Miller with the Bryan College Station Eagle. Just what was it about that 18-0 run in the first half that you felt like you guys were able to really capitalize there and take control of the game?
Yeah, I think it was when the coaches told us to stop settling and get to the basket. We have guys that can get in the paint, and I think we used that to our advantage. And we were also getting stops on defense. Once we were flying around, everybody was stunning, everybody was getting out to the shooters, taking away the three, making them drive and take hard shots over JoJo and Kris. And we just had great effort. I really felt in the first half like we were playing harder than them. And usually when we're playing harder than the other team, we're gonna win. So, I felt really good about our effort tonight.
Other questions for our student athletes? All right. Thank you, gentlemen. And questions for Coach Sampson? Third row, in the middle here.
Johnny Clements, Poke Press. Coach, congrats on a big win. Are you paying attention to what other teams are doing right now, like Florida, for instance, or are you just focused on your next game?
Next game.
Front left here.
Coach, AG's been such a big key for A&M's success this season. What do you feel like you guys did well to really limit him, especially on the boards tonight?
Yeah, we're really good at taking away short rolls. I mean, in our league, Kansas plays a lot out of short rolls. Arizona plays out of short rolls. We played against a lot of teams that play that way. I don't know if we were number 1 or number 2 in defense in the league. Arizona's got a really good defense, but we just didn't really have to do a whole lot scout report-wise on what we wanted to take away. We just pulled up video of other teams that short rolled, and we made some mistakes early. We had a couple guys that got extended when they didn't have to, but we just corrected them. We're always fiddling and teaching and getting our guys in the right places. But defensively, we just play Cougar defense. Nothing really that out of the ordinary tonight.
Go here on the front row on the right.
Ian Curtis with the Battalion. Coach, what was working the most defensively for y'all that allowed y'all to hold a pretty competent offense down to just 57 points?
I've been watching our defense all year. I don't know that anything we did was out of the ordinary. We keyed on their shooters. You know, we're number one in the nation in fewest turnovers. We don't turn the ball over. So you're not contributing to your demise. You know, we have three ways that and this is what we teach. It's not this year's team. This year's team is no different than last year's team. It's just we have different players on this year's team. You know, we got 4 freshmen that had to learn how to play Cougar basketball. But don't turn the ball over. When they shoot and miss it, rebound it, and make sure the right people are taking the shots. It doesn't matter who we're playing. Tonight it was Texas A&M. The last game was Arizona. The game before that was Kansas. The game before that was BYU. Nothing changes with how we play, just the team we're playing against. And they all have something they're good at, you know. But, you know, we don't have a lot of highs and lows in what we do. I think tonight was our 30th win, so we've lost 6 times. Could have played better in some of those games, but you know, when you win a lot, it's because you have good players and they're pretty consistent with their effort and their discipline, and we're pretty good at both of those.
Other questions for Coach? All right, Coach, thank you.
All right,
congratulations.
So once again, that was Houston Cougars head coach Kelvin Sampson talking postgame. They mentioned the turnovers, which is a great point that we haven't hit on yet, or the lack of turnovers that Houston had, but we touched on it in the previous episode in terms of how good Houston is when they take care of the ball. Today, only 7 turnovers against Texas A&M.
And really just 6, because the last one, Coach Sampson told I think it was Isaiah to hold the ball. So, yeah, great job limiting turnovers, and that's a key. That's one thing Jamal mentioned when he was here in town with the Raptors. For this team to go far in the tournament is limit their mistakes, and so far so good. 2 games in.
And in our losses, we turned the ball over too much. So, like Coach Sampson said, I mean, we were one of the best teams in reference to turn the ball over or not turn the ball over all year round. So when we do that, it's a recipe for success.
Also, I love what he said about and let the guys shoot who's supposed to be shooting.
Yeah.
That's key. That's key in winning basketball games is the guys who do it and have been doing it, we want to see do it. So, you know, or not. That still keeps us, you know, in striking distance. So that's the biggest thing about it is you know, the usage rate. It keeps the turnovers down.
And right now, each person is being a star in his role. Mm-hmm. Adding more to what Fluff is saying, no one is doing things that they can't do. And that's important because you don't want guys term time when it's one and done for somebody to try to be something they're not. So that's a plus going forward too.
Looking at a score check at the Illinois VCU game, the Fighting Illini are currently up 35-28 at halftime over the Rams. So again, the winner of that game will advance to take on Houston at the Toyota Center on Thursday.
And Texas did beat Gonzaga 74-68, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the Longhorns having a Cinderella run.
So from first four to Sweet 16.
To Sweet 16. Who will they play? They'll play the winner of. They're in the West region.
They're in the West. So whoever is the Arkansas High Point.
So that's going to be interesting.
No, Arkansas High Point is Arizona. So who was the other team in the West? Other pairing.
The second seed in the West is.
They play the winner out of Miami, Purdue.
There you go.
Yes.
Purdue is the 2 seed in the West.
The 2 seed. Yep.
So right now we got 2 Big Ten teams: Michigan State, 1 ACC team in Duke, 1 Big 12 team in Houston, and 1 SEC team in Texas as teams who earn spots in the Sweet 16. And
the other thing is too is like Coach was saying, this is what the Big 12 prepares you for. You're just probably not going to see teams as strong as the teams that we have to play in the Big 12.
Yeah, the Aggies. Who would y'all compare the Aggies to this year in the Big 12?
Kansas State.
Yeah, Kansas State or UCF.
No,
Yeah,
not
UCF.
UCF.
Well, UCF made the tournament though, Fluff.
Yeah, that's
Kansas
what I
State
said. A
didn't.
tournament team.
The tournament
Yeah.
team.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? You know what? I'm sorry, guys. You know what? We smoked them so great. I'm sorry.
It,
I'm like Kansas State.
you
You
smoked
know,
them
you
so
know what I mean?
crazy. You're thinking the
That's
bottom of the Big
that's.
12.
I'm not being. I know we got probably Texas A&M brothers and all. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying when you said that, I'm thinking of the belt. So I'm like Kansas State. You know what I mean? That's
You
I
thinking
was
the
saying it like
BTA? That's what
that.
you're thinking of, yeah.
Yeah, I ain't. You know what I mean? I'm thinking like, oh yeah, that's Kansas State.
This comment
And
from Crabtree.
Illinois is up 35-28 at the half against VCU.
Yeah,
This
that game I
comment.
think was tied at 28. I think so. Yeah.
So they ended in a 7-0 run to go to halftime. The comment from via the Pinto Leon Law Firm comment section by Crabtree. Love the way this team is coming together, really peaking at the right time. Everyone is contributing how they need to. They are finally playing really solid Cougar basketball at the right time. Like we mentioned, I know we mentioned him in passing, but the game that Milo's using had today, very, very solid. 15 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists for Uzan, no turnovers, and a steal in Houston's win.
And he was
Has
aggressive with his
put
shots.
together, he's put together a pretty solid 2 games so far in the NCAA tournament. I know when we were talking about field goal percentage, 6 of 17 tonight, not necessarily spectacular, but it's solid. He's been solid so far in the first 2 games, and he's picked it up as well compared to where he was at stretches during the regular season.
I mean, we need Milos, man. We really,
yeah,
really
Milos
need
from
him.
last year tournament Milos. Yep.
Tournament Milos.
Today, what I really like about that stat, he took 17 shots, and Texas A&M was giving him a lot of 3-point shots, and he was taking them. It didn't matter. He wasn't second guessing, and that's the aggressiveness at the attack that you want to see from him, and that Houston is going to need in order for them to get back to the national championship game and this time finish the job.
I like when Milo show emotion. That's why I know he really, really locked in. So like when Kingston came down and he hit him for the 3 on the right wing, and he was just like, yeah. I said, oh, okay, Milos, you locked in. You know what I mean? So I think that does a lot for the team morale and camaraderie too when they see him showing his emotions a little bit.
And
We
Milo's
can't
taking
under
those 10 threes, like Coach kind of touched on it, lead to long rebounds. So that also helps on the O boards too.
Yes.
I was just gonna say we can't underestimate the importance, like Fluff talked about, the leadership of Emmanuel and Milos on their aggression and their approach and their mentality in these first 2 tournament games.
Agreed. They're leading by example, and they're leading the way of this is a business trip. Our goal is to get one more win than last year, and they're
But
playing locked in and focused. That's it.
Pam, we got to talk about Mercy. I mean, we've been proponent and pound on the table for him all year long, and over these last 2 games, just thinking with the tournament. I mean, let's talk about his contribution and the importance because and what he's bringing and what he could bring in even more crunch time if a games is close. I know games been blowouts these first 2 games, but I mean he's been very very vital and very important and playing in a really good rhythm.
12 points, 22 minutes, 4 for 8 from the field. That's
Assists,
sufficient.
rebounds. He stuffed his stat sheet.
3
Yeah.
rebounds and 3 assists, along with those 12 points. No turnovers as well.
That's huge for him because sometimes he makes a couple bonehead plays. So that was good too. That's growth for him.
And he is that first scoring threat, legit, consistent scoring threat off the bench that the team has needed, and he is displaying. This is right time for it. And just imagine what he'll be doing next year with Fluff's 30 minutes a game.
Right.
He might need to
He
put that
might.
three on.
When he get that 30 minutes,
Hey, Fluff, he might need
he's
to put that
probably
three
out of
on,
there.
huh? Fluff, he might need to
Huh?
put that three on. He might need to put that three on next year.
Who?
Mercy.
Nah. Yeah. Yo, 3 is crazy, man. Like, we on the tournament. 3, you got to be a bucket, man.
Yeah.
You put that 3 on. Hey, Coach Bilal looked at me like, don't do it. When I seen Ramon. I was getting my little buffet food. I was doing my thing. I was getting ready to go to the airport. I seen Ramon. I said, dang, about 6'4". Ramon about 6'4",
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I seen him. Bilal looked at me like, nah. I said, oh, what's up, young fella? What's going on? I see you got that 3 on now. Yeah, when I said that, Bilal kind of looked at me like, nah, don't know what to
Yeah.
say.
different kind of 3 on this team.
Cause I was so I'm old. We
Yeah.
don't play no more. So the OG just all he got is what he used to do. So I'm ready to
Mm-hmm.
say, come on, Ramon. Go on, wait, put that up, man. Wait for Junior. Come on and get that, man.
Yes,
You know what
sir.
I mean? Put that thing down, man. Let Junior just wait till Junior get there. Let him put it on. Just put it in the box. It's
Yeah.
coming. Hey guys, I, we I'm still gonna do less rage Coogs too, but it's coming, coming. But yeah, Mercy. I'd rather Mercy put on 23. Oh no! Oh my goodness! Look at Chris. No, 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 man. Next topic. Next topic. Next,
Let's
next
talking
topic,
about
man.
next topic. Let's mention JoJo Tugler, one of the other players that's really stepped up along with
Oh yeah.
Milos and
Oh yeah.
Emmanuel Sharp. 3 blocks today. He was logged in defensively, and again, he continues the stretch where he's not getting in foul trouble. He's not only not getting in foul trouble, he's honestly not even getting in any type of danger of foul trouble, which has been awesome to see that shift that's kind of clicked for him. Again, going back to that last loss for Houston in the regular season against Kansas.
JoJo want to win. Everything is not even just about stats with JoJo. Like his whole morale right now is like, I'm trying to win. I ain't trying to lose. Even when you see him come to the bench and he talking to Sampson, he's like, yo, everything is like aggressive. And I think if I could be a fly on a wall, and this is not nothing I know for sure, but he's a big reason I could tell he loved young fella. He loves C-Nac. There's no hate. There's no, oh, they saying you this on the board. Because, that could get tricky sometime with players.
Sure. Yeah.
That could get tricky. Like, I'm trying to go league too. What they saying? I'm on the board. You know what I mean? And you can tell it's a real big brother, little brother on those boxes. You know what I mean? He talking to him. He's motivating them. So him being a leader to the whole team, but to Kris is helping Kris elevate. I actually had a chance to see them work out um at the school, and that morale is a real thing. That's a real thing. I watched them work out with bigs on this end, guards on this end, and when I watched them work out, it was, as a former player, I know when it's like maybe a little animosity or a little touchy. Nah, man, it's all love. So he's actually holding himself accountable a lot in these stretches, and it's showing that it's an example of how hard Kris has to play. So That's been big for me. I mean, that's been big for us. I've been really analyzing that, and I think that's what it is too. That's big. That the leadership that he's showing.
He's played better. I mean, and all of us were critical of him in February.
We didn't want him to shoot.
You know, he wasn't producing anything. He was doing more fouling than he was doing anything else. Even blocking shots, he wasn't even doing that. Remember one show we talked about? JoJo had like one block shot or nothing for like 5-6 games in a row. He wasn't even doing that. He's getting back to blocking shots. He's getting back to being JoJo that we expected him to be this season. But hey, right now, the timing is great. A lot of guys are playing better now at the right time of the year, and I'm here for it just like we are too.
And I think Fluff said it right. He want to win. And I see the same thing. He's doing whatever it takes to win. Whether if I need to score 12 points, I need to score 14 points, or I need to get a few blocks, or we've been on him about rebounding. So he's doing whatever it takes to win. And I think, like Fluff said, he's inspiring Kris to play with that same level of intensity and playing with that same level of urgency to get it done.
What do y'all think about this? I kind of know how y'all are going to answer. But what about this? Pop Isaac. I mean, Pop, if Milos wouldn't have come back, Pop would have been a Cougar. I mean, that's the difference. Milos decided to return, and Pop went to the A&M.
I think he feels good as far as how the season went from where he went. I mean, they made it to the second round of the tournament, and being if his role would have been bigger if Milos wouldn't have returned. So I think he made the right decision for himself. Made it to the second round of the tournament. So I mean, good for himself. I don't think he has any regrets. Just went against a better team.
And I think he's happy for his friend, too.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
They've been friends a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Who's been friends a long time?
Pop
Isaacs and Milos using. But he made the right decision.
Are they both from Vegas?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
If he would have come back, he would have come off the bench.
Wow, that's good. Do you guys feel any upset alert with A Cuff? And it's dang A Cuff. So listen, A Cuff so cold that I forgot to say Arkansas. I was about to ask how do y'all feel any upset alert with High Point and A Cuff? I wasn't even gonna say Arkansas.
I like Arkansas, but I watched a High Point, and that point guard remind me of Noel from Kansas State. Short point guard, but got a supreme handle and can create off the dribble. But Acuff a different beast. He a different beast. He next level. So I like Arkansas to prevail.
It should be a high scoring game. And now there should be a lot of points in that game.
This is like heaven right now, though, because every segment, there's 3 games on. So you're like,
yeah.
This is the best stretch. From this Thursday through Sunday is the best stretch.
Yo, I'm gonna put it by the next tournament. I'm gonna put a TV just everywhere in here, just like so I can just maybe watch a game over here and again because there's so many games, and then sometimes it's 2 close ones. You're like, which one do I go to? So this is a great time of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Should JoJo come back next year?
Well, Chris,
yes,
you beat me to it. I was about to
no question.
put up
No question. I don't even think that's even a question.
I think Kris should come back.
I think Kris too. That's why I said in the last couple segments ago that it's a debate that Kris should come back. I think Kris should come back.
Yeah, because I'm not convinced Kris is going to be projected as a lottery pick. I still think he's between 18 and 22 or so, something like that.
Really? And that can go so, if I could tell kids anything, that can go second round so fast. Once you get in the 20s, there's so many couple little things that can happen. And now you're in the second round. And you already getting money. So it's like, let's go back. Let's hire King. King won a lot of money, though.
Yeah.
King won a lot of. They was live. I forgot what podcast they was on. They were saying King.
But he should get that Cougar price, so that Cougar work though. Goddamn.
Man, Keem need
A
that. Man,
discount.
Keem, man, Keem, no, Keem. Oh, listen, he feel like now that NIL, man, that's 5 slammer jammer, man, that's 34. Listen, he feeling like they owe him.
Nah,
But
I ain't
see,
mad at it.
yeah, and see, this is where I know everybody watching the show is supporters of us and supporters of UH athletics, but for Kris to come back, the NIL money got to make sense
NIL.
for him too. Let's just
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
be real about it.
yeah.
You know, Texas Tech
But
and
what
JT
makes sense though?
Toppin's going to probably come back because of the injury, but he's going to get more money to come back to make it worth his while.
But Chris, this is the only thing I will say to kids though. What about situation and still real good compensation? Meaning, like, I have this platform in this place to where I could come back and triple the money that I was going to make here and the NBA. So, like, let's say, I'm not in the negotiation rooms, but let's say it's $300,000 off. Do we take that to come back and develop a little more?
I think he should come back. I
I
think
think
we all agree
so.
on that. Yeah.
I think with a consistent year, and I think he's right on the fringe of averaging a double double. So averaging a
Yeah.
double double with being a focal point on the offense
Yeah, because he's coming back and he's averaging 22 and
and
he's
10.
going
Yeah.
crazy next year.
You go and then I
And he
mean he
got the
can
other
argue
big next to him.
next to him, and then he can
Whoa.
arguably be top
You
five,
see,
top 10, easy in my
pause
opinion.
right there. Because let's think about it. It's a great problem to have.
Hmm.
But you got Kris back, JoJo back, and then Erfan Dion coming as a freshman. Erfan come off the bench because he's a freshman. That rotation there, that's man.
That's a
That's
stack front
scary, man.
line.
You just throw
Stack
the
front
ball
line
down
right
low
there.
Got
and
Mercy at the 2.
yeah, oh man.
You see at the two.
We just got it.
Chase
We
McCarty
don't know
coming
who
off
at
the
the
bench.
point.
Chase McCarty. I think Bryce Jackson going to find a role next year as a redshirt freshman,
Who's our
as a
point guard
6'5".
next year?
Ain't a
Hartwell.
problem. Ain't gonna be a problem.
Who?
Either
At the
somebody on the
point?
portal, either somebody coming out the portal,
Yeah.
or I mean, I was just looking at some we in the top five or some top freshman point guards
I heard a
like
birdie that Haggerty, what's his name?
He ain't a point
From
guard.
Oh,
Kansas State.
Chris.
nah, he ain't a point, but
Chris is not a fan.
I
It's
like
not happening?
Andre
No.
I mean Black's little brother. I can't remember who fought. He a point TG.
Oh, from out your way.
Yeah, we in his top four right now, top three.
Really?
Yeah, so
Oh, that's what we go get. That's what we got.
I like that right there. We can grab him. He
He's a
right
senior
there.
right now?
He a senior right now. Senior
Oh,
right now.
that's what we grab.
Chris,
Yeah.
that
That's
last
a
comment.
Yeah,
no-brainer.
it won't be a problem.
That
That won't be a problem.
Yeah, I
Filling out the
definitely don't think
Chris,
it'll be a problem.
that last comment right there by Mr. Big Texco. That's you right there. That's your opinion there.
Yeah,
Hundred
definitely don't
percent.
want Haggerty. Don't want Haggerty. No question. No, don't want
What's
Haggerty.
the problem?
He just not
Chris
a
take
true.
it.
He a scorer.
He's
He not a
he's not a
point.
Kelvin Sampson
He's
player,
not a Kelvin Sampson
and
player.
he would take
Right.
Mercy's
Why? Because
minutes.
doesn't play defense?
Yes, and he ain't a winner.
Yes.
And he ain't a winner.
Right.
Yeah, he from the Houston area too. So I mean,
No,
He
like,
I'm just
won the
saying a
Gavi Lewis
birdie. I
Award
won't
too.
say who told me that. I was at the game and someone was talking to me and they told me that him and his camp kind of want to do that if they wanted to do that.
Oh
But
yeah, it's
yeah,
been kicked around, and Mr. Big Texaco knows because he's a member of the YouTube Round Bar Review YouTube section. I discussed that a couple weeks ago about him
okay.
and two other folks,
What's up, Mr. Big Texco?
all tied to the Gavi Lewis Award, all three of them.
Okay.
yeah.
And
I
I'm
agree
and I'm
with
on
you
the
right there,
committee for
Chris.
that. So those folks who are watching the show, yes, I'm on the Gavi Lewis Award committee. We got our top 10 reception coming up on April 1st. So once you are a finalist, I try to keep in touch with all the finalists from the previous 8, 9, 10, 11 years. So yeah. And not all of the winners sign with Houston. So don't get it twisted like I put my thumb on a scale. I don't do that. None of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm with you right there, Chris. No, PJ. I think Anthony Black is
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I want him. I don't even know the other options.
I want him too.
JR put me on,
Chris,
JR put me on the Black, Anthony Black. Said,
Chris, who
Daddy,
would be some other
go. I'm
transfer
like,
portal
man,
options for point guard?
we don't have, what do we have?
You won't know until April 7th officially when the season ends, day after the championship game. So when we're so
I like how they do it after.
Though. I'd rather go young.
Huh?
I said I'd rather go young, especially
I want
if
to go
we
young. I don't like that.
go young. Yeah, go young, especially if we have the
Man.
returning front court coming with Murray. Like we got experience everywhere around them. I'd rather go young.
If
Is
Chris and I both
Harwell
leave,
a shoe-in in the lineup next year?
well, based on how y'all discussed it, like if you have Mercy Miller at the 2, JoJo at the 5, are we assuming that Senag leaves?
Yeah.
No, we're not.
No, comes back. We're assuming Chris comes back.
So if Chris comes back, then he's starting at the 4, Mercy at the 3, and who's the starting 3? Mercy at the 2. Who's the starting 3?
Harwell. We go 3 guards.
Yeah, we go Harwell.
And Chase McCarty off the bench.
Unless Chase be on the wing right
Chase
there.
act like he want to start. No.
Yeah, Chase can be
Chase
on
act
the
like
wing.
if Chase be acting like Mercy a little bit like, if y'all gave me some more minutes, I can play.
Facts, I agree. Facts, for real.
He be out and he about what, 6'6"?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 6'6".
Yeah. So if you get a point guard, we could go. That's 6'6". What Mercy is 6'5"?
6'4", 6'5", yep.
Okay, we go those 2 on the wings, and then we go get us a point guard. We in business.
When that's the thing, they don't reload. They don't rebuild, I should say. They just retool.
Reload. Yep.
But yeah, Coach Sampson did say yesterday he does not want to coach a bunch of freshmen. He'd rather not coach a bunch of freshmen again in the Big 12.
It did good for him.
Especially at that point guard position, though. I think that one he takes a little more different, his approach.
Well, you got to be special like Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
So that's different too. Great problems to have, man. Fluff knows it. And at the end of I guess post game on TV. Folks, we've said it a lot. We haven't said it much this year, but this is another golden era between Phi Sigma Gamma and what's going on these last what is it? 8 years making the tournament, 9 years.
8 straight tournament appearance, 7 straight Sweet 16s.
There was nothing. No
that
winning,
1 year
consistent success in the tournament.
That 1 year they didn't make it to the Sweet 16. They took a buzzer beater.
So this
talking about Jordan Poole, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Man, I almost broke my TV that day, man.
Me too, Flo.
I almost broke my because I'll tell y'all a story about that shot. So you know how Kirk Cousins was coming out the locker room, and he was like, "You like that? You like that? You like that?"
Yeah.
Right?
I remember that.
Okay. My mom was like, "Y'all probably y'all finna lose." So I guess we made a bucket to where we're up 2 or whatever. It's like whatever the seconds was. I'm like, send it to my mom. I'm taking a video. You like that? You like that? Man, they threw that ball at half court. I'm looking. I said, I know he ain't finna make that.
Yep.
Man, listen. I ain't like Jordan Poole ever since.
Me either.
I'm lying to you.
Being real,
me either.
I'm being real with you now.
Yeah.
That might have been our year right there. I don't know. But yeah.
But yeah, this is just another. It's not going to be an issue for getting talent to come here.
Right.
You know, so and Erfan Dion, his problem is he's gonna get in shape. He can have a choice. Coach Bishop will get him in shape. And the second thing is not even a choice either. One of his concerns right now is him playing with a high motor. Hell, he's gonna be on the court playing with Coach Sampson.
Being on a choice.
You don't have no choice. So he'll be fine. It'll take him some time because he's a freshman big man, but he'll be fine.
Let me take a moment again to thank today's sponsors on this edition of Let's Rage Coogs, starting with Steve Saxenian, the primary sponsor of this episode of Let's Rage Coogs, like he has been all season long. This is Let's Rage Coogs presented by the Saxenian Family. Also, thank you to today's secondary sponsors. Starting with BB's, Texas Orleans, the Houston-born Cajun seafood restaurant serving bold Louisiana flavors with a Texas twist. Check out any one of their multiple locations scattered throughout the Houston area and visit them online at bbstexorleans.com. A big thank you to another one of our secondary sponsors on this episode of Let's Rage Cook, Star Pizza Houston, with multiple locations throughout the Houston area. Star Pizza is your go-to stop before or after the game. Be sure you visit them online at starpizza.net. Star Pizza, HOU on X, Star Pizza Houston, Texas on Instagram. And a big thank you to the Pencil Loan Law Firm for being the sponsor of today's comment section. The Pencil Loan Law Firm, the immigration law experts. As we wind things
Illinois
down
is up about
again.
14 over
Chris.
VCU right now.
Yes, so if that holds, it looks like it'll be a rematch from the 2022 NCAA Tournament run when Houston played Illinois in the second round of the NCAA Tournament. This time they'd match up in the Sweet 16. What would that matchup look like? Looking ahead a little bit, if it's Houston, Illinois.
Illinois' Andre Stojakovic. That last name should sound familiar to folks who watch NBA basketball. He's got 16 points. Page's son.
Off the bench. Off the bench. He a bucket.
Yep.
But they got some good guards with Wagler and Boswell. So we're gonna have to bring our lunch pail and our hard hat.
Yeah.
For real.
Bringing our lunch pail, D.
Oh, I know that.
Okay.
I
I
know
just
that.
like make sure you understood that. We're bringing that lunch pail.
Cougar basketball. That's all. Cougar basketball.
Good.
Play Cougar basketball, and then the crowd will be hyped, everything like that. Tickets are going to be expensive.
Yeah, I saw someone posted a screenshot. They're $400 for the lower bowl.
Yeah.
And that was before
Where?
Houston had officially won. At Toyota Center, $400 lower bowl tickets. That was before Houston had officially won.
I better be rolling with Big Chris.
I'm going to do what I can, brother.
Now let me know.
But I do like, and we said, teams that have not played against Houston's defense before, you got to get used to it. You can try to practice and prepare for it in practice. It ain't the same thing as going against it in the game. So I think that's an advantage. And playing in front of should be a lot of home fans inside the building, Tillman's house. Get that win next Thursday, and then on to Saturday.
Yeah, Crabtree says that Illinois offense scares him.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of playing like NBA style.
Yep.
And I wonder who we have with the push on guard that freshman Wagner, because he got length, handle, can shoot. Like I wonder who we gonna put on him.
Tugler.
No, he's a guard.
Put Emmanuel on him.
Yeah,
Put Emmanuel on him.
I'm saying, I'm saying for
short,
different
he
possessions.
can shoot over the top.
I ain't saying all the time.
But I think Emmanuel will be on him. But he can shoot over the top of Emmanuel. Emmanuel's short. We'll see though.
Yeah.
But we'll be there and join us next Thursday for Let's Raise Cougs. Discuss another Cougs win.
From the Toyota Center. That's big. That's huge, too, that Houston was able to take care of the business as dominant as they did. And now they have a really good opportunity here in front of a home crowd to get back to the Final Four. But it starts on Thursday. You got to take care of business, whether it's Illinois or VCU.
And it doesn't guarantee success. You still got to play Cougar basketball, limit turnovers. and get the dub that way. You know, don't just assume, well, playing in Houston, it's a guaranteed win. Nope.
Nope.
Got to play Cougar basketball, physical defense, smart on offense, and beat what looks like Illinois next Thursday. Big 12 versus Big 10.
I'm taking Big 12.
Yeah, Crabtree. So they're the number one offense in the country. What do they rank in KenPom?
Who's number one in the country?
Illinois' offense.
I don't think so, Andy. Maybe top 5 or 10. We have to fact check that.
Let me see. They're number 2 in the country behind
Wow.
Purdue.
Wow.
According to KenPom 2026. Yep, they're number 2 with a 131.9 offensive rating. Houston
That's nice.
is
good for them. Respect the opponent, play Cougar basketball, Cougar defense, and beat them. Whatever. Next.
Houston is 11th. Their defense, however, they fall off a cliff when it comes to their defense.
Yes.
While Houston, they're 11th in offense, they're 5th in defense when it comes to KenPom ratings.
And Illinois defense is ranked what, Andy?
Ooh, they are middle of the pack. They fall, let me see. They might not even be in the top 25. Let me see.
But it's not going to be.
They got to play defense.
Yeah. They'll be in the Sweet 16 for a reason, so they're a good team.
Yep, they're 28th defensively.
Yeah.
So they fall off. Yeah, Zayna Gibson says she's watching them right now. Their defense not impressive. But look, ultimately, at the end of the day, I think if Houston goes out there, they execute, they do what they want to do, what they're supposed to do, I think they'll be the better team when they step on the court on Thursday.
Yeah, and get the win. That's all that matters. Doesn't matter if it's by 1 point and giving us heart attacks. So what? Get the win. Next.
2 down.
Business trip. Business trip continues. That's it. Business trip continues next Thursday.
Yes, sir. That being said, once again, the final score from the second round of the NCAA Tournament. The second seed in the South region, the Houston Cougars, come away with the 88-57 victory over the 10 seed Texas A&M Aggies. It was Emmanuel Sharp that led the way in scoring for Houston with 18 points. He also had 4 rebounds to go along with those 18 points. Kristen Ack was right behind him with 17 points. He was efficient, 5 of 9 shooting. Got to the free throw line 8 times. He had 9 rebounds and had a block to go along with all his stats. Mercy Miller got into double-figure scoring. He had 12 points, 4 of 8 from the field. Miles Uzan had 15 points on 6 of 17 shooting from the field. He had 4 rebounds. He had 4 assists, a steal, and no turnovers. Kingston Flemings had 9 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a block, and a steal in the win for Houston. JoJo Tugler had 6 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 blocks for the victory, for Houston. And now we're on to Thursday. We will see at what time officially the tip-off is slated for Houston and the winner of Illinois and VCU. But it looks like it will be Illinois that plays Houston. They're up 15, 52-37 at the 11-minute mark. I think they just got onto the under 12 timeout. So if they can hang on and hold off VCU, it'll be Houston, Illinois from the Toyota Center on Thursday. Any final thoughts on this game as we wrap things up?
I think we scratch it. I mean, meaning that, we don't celebrate too much. Like Kris said, we move on to the next one and really, dive into that film-wise, recovery, sharpening up some plays offensive and defensively. I think that, that should be the approach.
To answer Zaina's question, they probably won't know the tip-off times until tomorrow, right? Once all the other 2 teams are finalized.
Probably. But it's possible. I mean, because Florida plays tomorrow, right?
Yep, Florida. I think both Florida and then obviously
Florida plays.
Who would they play?
Purdue.
They would play.
No, not Purdue.
No. They would play either. let me check the bracket. Why am I blanking on who
So
the 3
Alabama,
seed
Texas
is?
Tech.
Hold
Nebraska,
up.
no, because Nebraska's playing right now. So Nebraska and Vanderbilt, that's the other team in the South. So Florida's Florida Iowa, the last game of
So
the South
they
region will be
okay.
tomorrow.
So then they'd play either Nebraska, Vanderbilt, Florida, or Iowa.
Right.
And that would be the other. So 2 of those 4 teams will be playing alongside Houston at the Toyota Center.
So I would assume Florida win. They're the 1 seed. They'll play the last game for TV. Even though Houston is the home, quote unquote, home team.
Although 3 years ago, Houston played first, even though they were the 1 seed.
Yep.
When they played in Kansas City, when they lost to Miami, they played first because Texas and who was the other team? Texas
True,
played
but
second.
Florida's reigning champ too.
Well, we shall see.
We'll find out. Either way, we'll be there. Difference, we'll be there. So,
Right.
And y'all join us for Let's Rage Coogs after the game, after the win.
Nebraska currently leading over Vanderbilt 34-28. They're about to go into halftime, so it will be interesting. So 3 out of the 4 teams that will be playing at Toyota Center will be determined by the end of the night.
Yes.
Last thing before we wrap up, Chase came back, played, but he was still limping, I'm assuming. He took a hard hit on that dive. He hit his leg on the media tables in the front row. He's going to feel that tomorrow. But I think he should be good. I haven't seen anything from those that are in Oklahoma City to say otherwise. But he took a hard hit. That'll be a bruise for sure. Well, that being said, Kris, I'll toss it over to you. Any final thoughts on this game, and where can people find you, sir?
The business trip continues. Thank you to our supporters and fans for watching and participating in the discussion on this edition of Let's Rage Cougs. Join us next Thursday for the next edition of Let's Rage Cougs. And as always, since 1994, the Houston Round Ball Review. Local name, global perspective.
Since
Quickly, Fluff.
1994, if you didn't know.
You can
My
find us
bad.
on Rob McKiver,
Chris.
Elm City Elite. Also go and follow J.R. McKeever's page. The same old grind, man, trying to make pros. Pros make pros. And I just want to give a shout out to the University of Houston for going to their 7th straight 16, Sweet 16. And let's just focus on finishing. And shouts to my brothers on here at Let's Rage Coogs.
Chris, we got to put that on a shirt. The business trip continues.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that's catchy.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Man, business trip continues. See y'all in the H. I mean, it's time to come home, protect the city. H-Town, I have no doubt the fans going to show up and show out. And one game at a time, man. I'm looking forward to it. Find me at Pod Slammer Jammer at Let's Race Cougs. Make sure to like and subscribe. Follow. Also, Houston Roundball Review. Like and subscribe as well. We tuned in, man. One game at a time. We'll see you after the next dub. Let's go.
That's right.
Go Cougs.